Well, hey, welcome to today's Daily Brew. Today we're talking about breakdancing. Do you guys remember Raygun, the Australian breakdancer?
I hadn't heard of this. Or Danny said when I see the video, I'm gonna recognize
Yeah, I think
it, though.
it went crazy over the internet when this happened. This was the 2024 Olympics.
Absolutely. Now, she went viral after that performance. It was in 2024, the Summer Olympics. 38 years old. She didn't earn any points during 3 dance battles against her competitors from 3 other countries. But here's the deal. She might come out the winner because Netflix has released their trailer of the new season of Untold, and they're doing a docu-series that will feature her experience.
So the reason why this went viral, is it because she was so good and she didn't get any points? Why did it go viral?
So it was the opposite. It was just, so breakdancing obviously is very hard. Some of these are like, yeah, but like that, she's just kind of just running her head and kind of twirling a little bit.
I don't know what good breakdancing
People
is.
were saying, okay, I could be in the Olympics and do better than this, right?
And she was just kind of just like sliding around on the ground there. So yeah, so it's just kind of like, obviously what she did, fantastic, but compared to Olympic
when you're in the Olympics, it's a higher caliber.
Yeah, it's just fell well short.
Yeah,
so,
and I think, what was it, like Australia, the first time they had been in that category?
And I think breakdancing it might have been new just overall, or newer for the Olympics.
Yeah. And so, people just sort of like kind of made fun and criticized and things, but now she gets to tell her story on a major platform.
And it sounds like she's gained a lot of fans, despite all of the criticism that she originally had.
Yeah, so way to go, right? I mean, it's interpretive, your style, what you like, right?
Yeah. I mean, if she was in the Olympics, she got there somehow, right? Like, you don't just show up.
Right, yeah. I would like to see the other competitors, though, from that country. I'm just curious about that. But yeah, no, like I said, it takes some gall to do that. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, so.
I couldn't do it,
And do we gotta be so judgy all the time?
Well,
you know what? No one is ever happy, especially on social media.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
That's true.
You could, rescue kittens from a fire, and there's something
There's
you did
someone
wrong.
that doesn't.
Why don't you rescue dogs too, Joe? Come on.
Okay, see? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Saying.
We've run into it a couple times.
All right, for the first time, the company with exclusive salvage rights to the Titanic, because there is one, okay? They want to auction off some of the artifacts. Here's the problem, though. The government is stepping in. A federal judge in Virginia heard the arguments and is saying, I don't think that you guys are going to do this because once upon a time you promised that you would keep them. But the company says we got to do it. We got to pay off some debt. So the argument is who should be able to have it? The person that owns it, or the government gets to say?
I mean, I just feel like this should be preserved. And I just don't know if auctioning this off to people, because it's a very important time, not necessarily, United States history, but there were some numerous people from the United States, very wealthy people on that ship, and just a massive story that has been going on now for 100+ years, since 1912.
How do you become the owner of a massive part of history like this in the first place?
Yeah, well, I'm sure when they went down, there was in the 90s, I think, that they found the wreckage, because it had been years until they found it, and then I think they started breaking up those items. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were just like, oh, we'll take it off your hands. I don't know how that process works, but
I can see why there's been some pushback about it. If it does get approved to happen, it'll be interesting to see how much it goes for.
I know. Yeah. And I wonder if, I'd be curious if, James Cameron, who directed Titanic, would he, get in any of that? Because, of course, he's fascinated by the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that.
A lot of interested people.
I don't know. I just gotta feel like you gotta share it with the world, right? You can't keep it or send it on all kinds of different directions.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah. All right, the online dating platform Bumble is changing their strategy after stock decline. Now, it was built that women should send the message first to men, okay? They're changing that now, opening it up because they're not doing so well. I mean, I wonder, so the reason they did it in the first place was just, give women a little bit of security. They didn't get, harassing messages, and give them empowerment. But now I think everyone should be able to first.
So, and then the company's now saying that 66% of women said that they prefer that men make the first message contact. So maybe people weren't really taking advantage of it. The women weren't maybe wanting to send the first message sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do y'all think?
I would say, so maybe they just didn't necessarily want to use it, because it sounds like, from friends that I've had, Hinge is a lot more popular. And I've not heard many people using Bumble, and obviously stockholders took notice, we're not going to invest.
I think leave it open to let people make their own decision. Maybe don't just put a restriction on it like that.
That's true.